Chinese strongman Xi Jinping wants his country to replace the U.S. as the globe's superpower. A crucial initiative for this is supplanting the global role the U.S. dollar currently plays. De-dollarization, he calls it. Most trade is denominated in dollars, and most reserves in central banks around the world are dollars. The greenback is also the primary reserve asset for many international agencies. So eyebrows have risen with special arrangements China has made using the yuan. In a recent deal, China's state-owned China National Offshore Oil Corporation is paying yuan to France's Giant Total Energies for liquefied natural gas. China and Saudi Arabia are closing in on an agreement whereby China would pay for oil in yuan rather than dollars. China is pressuring other parties when it can to use the yuan. China is the biggest direct foreign investor in Africa and is now a major investor in other parts of the world. It is rivaling the IMF and the World Bank in loans to developing countries. Now, many politicians, pundits, and policymakers question whether the dollar's status as the world's reserve currency can be maintained. Our economy has floundered for most of this century, with growth rates far below our historic average. Our public sector debts are ballooning as wasteful spending remains unchecked. Our central bank is dangerously clueless about inflation. So is the dollar doomed? Will the yuan become the preferred international currency? The answer is no. Countries like Saudi Arabia are harboring deep diplomatic grievances and concerns about our blundering foreign policy, and it will do yuan-denominated deals to express dissatisfaction with Washington. Brazil's new socialist president is doing it to vent his animosity towards the U.S. France's petulant president is pushing his preposterous pretensions to be a big deal global maker and shaker at the expense of the U.S. But U.S. financial markets are deeper, more sophisticated, and more liquid than any others. China's are still behind. Beijing imposes strict capital controls, an anathema to global traders. The yuan itself remains less convertible than the dollar or the euro. Global payments in yuan are under 3%. Only 2.7% of central bank reserves of other countries are held in yuan. So for all the abuses we've inflicted on it, the U.S. dollar is vastly more trusted than the currency of a truculent authoritarian regime. But China could take a great leap forward if it figured out how to link the yuan to gold. A gold-backed currency was absolutely key to the rise of once small and weak entities like Holland, then Britain, and finally the U.S. to become global financial powerhouses. The best way to counter China is for Washington to get its economic act together. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.
India's stance at the SDCO 2024 summit has exposed a deep rift with China, sparking a firestorm of controversy and criticism. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's decision to send Foreign Minister Subrahmanyam Jaishankar in his stead speaks volumes about India's simmering discontent. At the heart of the discord lies China's aggressive push for de-dollarization, a move that Russia eagerly supports, further complicating the geopolitical chessboard. China's proposal to replace the U.S. dollar with the UN international trade has been met with fierce resistance from India. Critics argue that India's refusal is short-sighted and driven by a deep-seated paranoia about China's rising influence. The Modi administration's steadfast commitment to the U.S. dollar, despite the economic benefits of alternative currencies, reveals a stubborn adherence to outdated policies. The decision to continue paying for Russian oil in dollars, even at a loss, underscores India's determination to oppose China's economic strategies at any cost. This conflict isn't just about currency, it's about dominance, control, and the future of global trade. The stakes are high, and India's actions are a clear signal that it is unwilling to yield an inch to China's ambitions. The Modi administration's policies have been labeled as both cowardly and confrontational, reflecting a broader fear of China's growing power. Stay with us till the end as we dive deeper into this explosive issue, unraveling the layers of political maneuvering, economic implications, and the bitter rivalry that threatens to reshape the global financial landscape. Hello and welcome back to Innovative Check YouTube channel, where we delve into the innovative and transformative projects changing our world. If you're new to the channel, and enjoy learning about innovation stories around the world. You've come to the right. Please subscribe, like, and comment to help boost our videos on YouTube. India's discontent with China is on full display at the SCO 2024 summit. Prime Minister Narendra Modi decided to skip the summit in Kazakhstan, sending Foreign Minister Subramaniam Jaishankar instead. China is aggressively promoting de-dollarization at the two-day summit. Russia is also backing China's stance, urging the use of local currencies for trade instead of the US dollar. Russia wants its crude oil buyers to pay in Chinese yuan or Russian ruble. Both nations are trying to convince other SCCO members to abandon the US dollar in favor of local currencies. India is not happy with this push. The Modi administration is committed to using the US dollar and is not interested in adopting the Chinese yuan for payments. India saved $7 billion in exchange rates by paying for Russian oil in yuan and rubles in 2022. However, Russia's demand to settle every crude oil shipment in yuan did not sit well with India. This led the country to start ditching Russian oil and purchasing oil from the US, paying in dollars. Recent data shows that 52.9% of all trade in China was settled in yuan by March 2024. Only 42.8% of trade was settled in US dollars, a significant drop. If other BRICS members follow China's lead, the US dollar could be in trouble. The US dollar's value relies on supply and demand. If local currencies are used for most transactions, the dollar's value in forex markets will decline. Russia is playing an important role in supporting China's de-dollarization efforts. It wants buyers of its crude oil to pay in yuan or rubles instead of dollars. This move is part of a broader strategy to promote local currencies for trade within the SCO. India fears that China is using the SCCO 2024 summit to advance its de-dollarization agenda and strengthen its economy. The Modi administration wants to avoid the yuan and maintain the dollar's prominence in trade settlements. India's economic policies have often been seen as a balancing act between various global powers. With its large and growing economy, India's stance on international trade and currency issues carries significant weight. The decision to reject the BRICS idea of replacing the dollar with the yuan is a testament to India's strategic thinking and its desire to maintain financial independence. India's refusal to embrace the yuan reflects a broader geopolitical strategy. By sticking with the US dollar, India aims to preserve its economic stability and avoid becoming overly dependent on China. This stance also aligns with India's efforts to strengthen its ties with Western countries, particularly the US, which views China's growing influence with suspicion. Just a quick reminder to hit the like button below. YouTube has been restricting my videos a lot recently because of bots, so your like does help out this video massively in terms of the algorithm in YouTube. Critics argue that India's policy towards China is overly cautious and could hinder regional cooperation. They believe that embracing the UN could bring economic benefits and foster closer ties within the BRICS group. However, the Modi administration is wary of China's intentions and prefers to maintain a degree of economic separation. The ongoing tensions between India and China have historical roots, including border disputes and competition for regional influence. These issues add another layer of complexity to the economic decisions being made. India's cautious approach is seen by some as a necessary step to protect its national interests. On the other hand, proponents of de-dollarization argue that reducing reliance on the US dollar could help countries shield their economies from external shocks and reduce vulnerability to US monetary policy changes for countries like Russia, which face economic sanctions from the West. Using local currencies for trade is also a way to bypass these restrictions. India's decision has sparked a broader debate within the BRICS group about the future of global trade and currency exchange. While China and Russia are pushing for de-dollarization, other members, like Brazil and South Africa, are also weighing their options. The outcome of this debate could have significant implications for the global financial system. The Modi administration's focus on maintaining the US dollar's role in its trade deals is also influenced by domestic economic considerations. The US remains one of India's largest trading partners, and the economic ties between the two countries are strong. Maintaining the dollar in trade helps ensure stable economic relations and access to US markets. The shift towards using local currencies, like the yuan, could introduce new risk, currency fluctuations, and the potential for economic instability, and China could affect trade dynamics. India's cautious stance reflects a desire to avoid these risks and maintain a stable economic environment. India's approach to international trade and currency issues is a reflection of its broader foreign policy strategy. By balancing its relationships with various global powers, India aims to navigate the complexities of the international system and protect its national interests. The decision to reject the BRICS proposal is a clear indication of India's strategic priorities. As the SCO summit continues, the discussions around de-dollarization and the use of local currencies are likely to intensify. India's position will be closely watched by other countries, as it could influence the broader geopolitical landscape. The outcome of these discussions will have significant implications for the future of global trade and finance. If you are enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to subscribe, share the video, and comment. India's economic policies will continue to evolve in response to the changing global environment. The decision to reject the yuan in favor of the dollar is just one example of how India is navigating the complexities of international trade and finance. As the world becomes increasingly interconnected, India's role in shaping the global economic order will be crucial. India's stance on de-dollarization and its broader economic strategy will have long-term implications. By maintaining its commitment to the US dollar, India is positioning itself as a key player in the global financial system. This decision reflects India's strategic priorities and its desire to maintain economic stability and independence. India's economic policies and its approach to international trade are shaped by a variety of factors, including domestic economic considerations, geopolitical dynamics, and historical relationships. The decision to reject the BRICS proposal is a clear indication of how India is balancing these factors to protect its national interests. The discussions at the SCO summit and the broader debate within the BRICS group will continue to shape the future of global trade and finance. India's position will be a key factor in these discussions, and its decisions will have significant implications for the global economic order. India's approach to de-dollarization and its broader economic strategy will be closely watched by other countries and financial markets. The outcome of these discussions will have far-reaching implications for the future of global trade and currency exchange. India's decision to reject the yuan and maintain the dollar's role in its trade deals is a strategic move that reflects its broader economic and geopolitical priorities. This decision will have significant implications for the future of global trade and finance, and it will be closely watched by other countries and financial markets. India's economic policies and its approach to international trade are a reflection of its broader foreign policy strategy. By maintaining its commitment to the US dollar, India is positioning itself as a key player in the global financial system and protecting its national interests. The decision to reject the BRICS proposal is a clear indication of India's strategic priorities and its desire to maintain economic stability and independence. The ongoing discussions at the SCO summit and the broader debate within the BRICS group will continue to shape the future of global trade and finance. India's position will be a key factor in these discussions, and its decisions will have significant implications for the global economic order. India's approach to de-dollarization and its broader economic strategy will be closely watched by other countries and financial markets. The outcome of these discussions will have far-reaching implications for the future of global trade and currency exchange. India's decision to reject the yuan and maintain the dollar's role in its trade deals is a strategic move that reflects its broader economic and geopolitical priorities. This decision will have significant implications for the future of global trade and finance, and it will be closely watched by other countries and financial markets. India's economic policies and its approach to international trade are a reflection of its broader foreign policy strategy. By maintaining its commitment to the US dollar, India is positioning itself as a key player in the global financial system and protecting its national interests. The decision to reject the BRICS proposal is a clear indication of India's strategic priorities and its desire to maintain economic stability and independence. The ongoing discussions at the SCO summit and the broader debate within the BRICS group will continue to shape the future of global trade and finance. India's position will be a key factor in these discussions, and its decisions will have significant implications for the global economic order. India's approach to de-dollarization and its broader economic strategy will be closely watched by other countries and financial markets. The outcome of these discussions will have far-reaching implications for the future of global trade and currency exchange. India's decision to reject the yuan and maintain the dollar's role in its trade deals is a strategic move that reflects its broader economic and geopolitical priorities. This decision will have significant implications for the future of global trade and finance, and it will be closely watched by other countries and financial markets. India's economic policies and its approach to international trade are a reflection of its broader foreign policy strategy. By maintaining its commitment to the US dollar, India is positioning itself as a key player in the global financial system and protecting its national interests. The decision to reject the BRICS proposal is a clear indication of India's strategic priorities and its desire to maintain economic stability and the ongoing discussions at the SCCO summit and the broader debate within the BRICS group will continue to shape the future of global trade and finance. India's position will be a key factor in these discussions, and its decisions will have significant implications for the global economic order. India's approach to de-dollarization and its broader economic strategy will be closely watched by other countries and financial markets. The outcome of these discussions will have far-reaching implications for the future of global trade and currency exchange. India's decision to reject the yuan and maintain the dollar's role in its trade deals is a strategic move that reflects its broader economic and geopolitical priorities. This decision will have significant implications for the future of global trade and finance, and it will be closely watched by other countries and financial markets. Thank you for your attention, and I welcome your thoughts and questions on this complex and vital subject. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to get exclusive videos about how phenomenally China is developing and growing its influence. Your subscriptions and likes motivate us to generate more content, so please keep supporting us. Check out this videos showing on your screen right now, and I will see you on the other side.